excuse me. I'll probably go back and forth as far as like the way I hold my phone because I don't want my arm might get a little bit tired because I do not have my tripod. Obviously, I'm not at home to have the tripod, so um gonna kind of wait for a few people to jump on so I don't have to keep like repeating it. But and this will be excuse me, hold on. I don't know how to mute on my phone. I don't know if I could. I can. Hold on one sec. I figured out how to unmute at least. Sorry about that. Didn't know that was coming on. So this will be, somewhat short. The main reason I am making this is just to get back to those of you guys that I have not been able to get back with that have like messaged me quite a bit. I'm gonna see if I can do something. Hold on. Sorry for those of you that get motion sick. There. Okay. I was trying to move the comments up, but my hand was blocking the camera, so I just wanted to move it up. So, hello, hello, hello. Got Mary and Naomi and Tammy and Nadine, Cassandra, Katrina, and Dawn. Hello to all of you. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. I think you might be talking about the wrong person right now, but, I'll take it, but my hair's a mess. Like, yeah. I didn't, this normally, like, if I know I have to go into the, like, hospital, to the ER or whatever, I run and take myself a quick shower or, like, make my husband at least wash my hair because they won't let me shower here. So, that sucks. And I've popped off a nail. And I'm not going to show you that finger individually, but, I found it, though. It's good, so. We got Baby Cakes. Hello. And Jill. Hello, hello. Marilyn. Hello. Ariel. What the heck you find me on here at this time of day? So I can hang out for a few in case just sending love. Thank you, Ariel. I love you too. Missed you. Melody. Hello. And Amber. Hello, hello. Another Tammy. I can't tell what that is now, actually. It's so little, your little, what's it called? Icon. It's like, this big on the screen and it's like far away and I got bad eyes and for a second I was like, is it the dog like that's on there? And then I look close and like, no, I think it's a person. I still can't tell. Y'all are looking at my nose now, so I'm gonna stop trying to figure out what is in the icon. Hello, Dawn and Susan and Nate, and it says, I love see the next person you see, tag them. Say tag the sickness to somebody else. I couldn't do that. I could not do that. Are you kidding me? I'll take it for myself before I'd give it to someone else. There's no freaking way. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. I know I need a break, but I still couldn't do that. Unless it was the devil himself sitting next to me. Hello, Michelle. Hey, Amber. Thank you. You don't have to do that. That's very sweet, though. I appreciate it very, very much. I'll put it into the peach juice fund, which I have in my cup, and I have in my bottle, and I have in. See if I can see that one right there, and that one right there. Yes, one in each of those with ice in them, because my lovely mama came up and brought them to me today. So I was very happy about that. All of you that know me know I love my peach juice. And I haven't eaten or drank anything since Saturday night. So, I know, Mary. I know. I do. I apologize. Um, I have so many messages on there. It's ridiculous. Even people who I talk to multiple times a day, I haven't got back to. So, it's not personal. I promise. Hello, Linda. Which is why I kind of wanted to jump on here so I could kind of like at least update everybody at one time. Hello, Maria. Did I just say that? Can't remember. Anyways, so I just wanted to update y'all real quick and let you kind of know. Sorry, it's shaking. My dang hand is shaky for some reason. Probably because I haven't eaten. It's a good thing I like the juice, and that's given me a little bit of like, you know, calories and stuff. Um, it's not that I can't eat or that I'm like feel sick right now. I just don't have an appetite, but I will eat before the kitchen closes because they've already called me twice, and then the dietitian will come in above me and be like, protein, protein, protein. I'm like, I know. So I know I told you guys on Saturday night that hold on one second. I'm gonna mute you guys for a sec because my nurse aide. My dear, appreciate it. Okay, I think I got y'all back on, right? Yes, yes. Okay. My nurse came in and had to, yeah, ask me something that I didn't really want on here. I know, Susan. I will. So what happened was Saturday night. I know I told you guys that I was like, my voice is still bad. That I was running a fever off and on that day, and it kind of went on and off that night. But then I was like, oh, I haven't really eaten much today, so I went and ate something that I shouldn't have ate because I questioned it. And if I question it, I usually never eat it. Um, but I stupidly did. Stupidly. And within a couple hours, I was like, yeah, it was bad. I was, throwing up and everything else. And, my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Anyways, it was a very sick night. And my husband came into the bathroom. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think I am. I think I'm dying here." But anyway, by the time that kind of somewhat resolved itself after like 6 to 8 hours, I don't know, something like that. Um, I was on the couch, and my husband's like, I know you think this is just food poisoning, but it could very well be your sepsis and my back was really hurting. And he's like, I know you think your back's hurting because of throwing up and everything, but it could be, your livers, it could be your sepsis, all that crap. When you have sepsis, it's really hard on your organs, basically, because it's an infection in your entire bloodstream. And when you've had that 10 times, it's hard on your body. So he was like, "You're being stupid to not go to the ER right now." And I'm sorry, but who wants to jump in a car after being, in the bathroom that much? It's not fun. But I was like, "Yeah, you're right." Luckily, we have an ER that's like 5 minutes from our home. Um, so I packed a bag, he took me over there. Um, I had a high temperature, all that stuff. They basically diagnosed the sepsis pretty much right away. My leg did not look good, so they transferred me to the downtown hospital. And I got here Sunday night. So that was the quickest I've ever gone from like the little ER by our house to the hospital. Usually it's like at least 24 hours, at least, but it wasn't. So that was nice. It was just a matter of like 8 hours, I think, or something, if that even. So I got here, and it was like, in the evening time, obviously. I don't know what time it was, like 7:30, 8:30, something like that. I can't remember. And I keep like thinking different things, so whatever. Anyways, I got here that evening, and I was on 5 antibiotics at that point, because the antibiotic I was on at home currently is like the strongest antibiotic that there is. So they had to add all these other antibiotics onto it. Which I currently am still on. As you can see, my thing up there is very full. So, what is today? Wednesday? Or Tuesday? Tuesday. Why was I thinking it was Wednesday? I don't know. Yesterday morning, I saw all the doctors, and my normal oncologist surgeon was out this week, and I don't know why I'd forgotten that, but I had. And his colleague came in and looked at my chart, looked at me, and was like, "We're going to surgery." So we went into surgery that afternoon, and it was a 2-hour surgery. If you get squeamish, it's not. I'm not going to go into detail, but some people are super squeamish. So, they basically took out just a chunk. There's just, I don't know how long it is. It's hard to. I would say 5 inches long, maybe 2 inches wide. Basically like a V, so that way it would fill in from the bottom to the top, hopefully this time. I had 3 tunnels that we only knew of one. All 3 of them were abscessed down there. So we only knew of the one long one. The other 3 we didn't even know was there, because there was only the one hole. So she had to clean out all of them. Luckily, she said it was like almost to the hip joint, but not to the hip joint. So because the abscesses hadn't like reached the hip joint yet, huge relief for that, because that would have been a whole nother ball game. Sorry if people have come in. My comments are like only on and off for some reason. Anyways, hello Chantel and Glitter Angel. Hello. Hello Shannon and Sabrina and Cheryl. Like, what else started this like wound I never heard? Oh, it's not really a story. I had a cancerous tumor in my leg that they had to take out. That was fairly large and incredibly aggressive in the form of like growing back. So they had to take a 12-inch long incision chunk of my leg, basically, is what started it. And they closed it. And then it filled with fluid, and then that's what kind of burst it open. And then that was in January. My first surgery was actually in November, when oh gosh, what is it called? What is the bone doctor called? The osteo. Okay, someone's got to know. Someone help me out here. Hey, AK Rose. The osteo. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I know, right? I can't remember what the heck it's called. Osteopathic? That doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound right to me. Anyways, his name, oddly enough, was Dr. Bones. That's funny. Anyway, I'm so amused. And he did the first surgery, taking the tumor out. He didn't think it was cancer, so he didn't take a good margin, and he also didn't take all of the skin on top of it. because he was trying to make it not as big of a scar. And he was like sure it wasn't cancer for whatever reason. It was because it's so rare of a cancer. It didn't look like any cancer he had ever seen. Actually, when I had my follow up, he hadn't even heard of that cancer. He had to Google it. um, so hold on, let me see if I can read this. It's osteoporosis. Osteoporosis, yes. The guy, that doctor, surgeon guy. Thank you, Berta. Hello, Jen. Jen, I did get your message. I was trying to reply back to you and then I fell asleep. I'm so sorry. um, um, yeah, but I just thought it was funny that his name was Dr. Bones. I'm like, I wonder if he, no, osteomyelitis, that's actually a condition. Orthopedist, I think is, you guys are all confusing me, but I know osteomyelitis is actually a bone infection. I know that because they went in and looked for that. Um, yeah, so I know it's not that, but yeah. It's the bone guy. Hello, Odd. I'm so good to see you. I love all the hearts and the colors. Um, anyways, but yeah, that guy. Hello, Jenny Rose. Did I say that? You guys, I'm seriously like messing my mind up here. Jeanette, hello, and believe me or not, or believe it or not, no pain meds. So my brain cannot, I cannot, blame it on like being, doped up on pain meds. It's just my brain. I am on a muscle relaxer though, but no pain meds. So, well, I took Tylenol, but that doesn't really mess with your brain. So, hello, diamonds around you, and Cynthia. Hello, hello. Um, it's funny when I was doing my little, y'all know how I go in and out of like different accents. Just, I don't know why I do it. I just do it. And my nurse came in and she kind of looked at me. She's like, "Where are you from?" I was like, don't even worry about it. I'm from here. I'm just weird. Osteoporosis is a condition. That's right. The doctor is the orthopedic. Thank you. Thank you. You have cleared it. And now I know it by saying it that, yes. I was going to say osteoporosis is like when you have low calcium in your bones. The orthopedic surgeon is who did the first surgery. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jenny Rose. I appreciate it. So he did the first surgery. But anyway, not that that's even a big deal. I'm so sorry that my hand is shaky. Let me see if I can go over here, but then I'm going to have to switch you. So hold on tight. Here we go. There we go. Hopefully this arm won't be so shaky. Let's see. La la. Sent you as baby boy. I should help you feel better. Thank you, Mary. And Mary, I'll check it. I'll check it and listen, and at least listen to it. So, hey, Nicole. Both Nicoles. I was giving you guys a little ride, okay? Anyway, she did surgery. I have a wound vac. Bummer skis, but here's my thing, is that I'm trying to say. I'm thankful for the wound vac, right? Because the wound vac does promote healing and it enables you to heal 4 times faster. It makes the scar kind of shrink together. There's lots of good things about the wound vac. Are they annoying as heck? Yes, they are. But I'm trying to be thankful for the wound vac at this point. That's all I can do is be thankful for what I have and try not to focus so much on the negative. Now, I will not lie to you. Last week was mentally a bad week. I just struggled really bad last week for, all the reasons. So, but I feel better today. So yesterday, after the surgery was over, I don't remember talking to the doctor. I don't remember being in recovery actually at all, really, except for coughing a little bit and then telling me like spit it out and not, just like try not to cough. And then I was in my room, so I don't really remember any of that, which is unusual for me. But it was a longer surgery than most of my surgeries have been. So, because my mom said she called her like a little after 7:30, and I went back at 5:30. So, anyways, see, I'm hopping with this. You can start fresh and healed from today forward. That's what I'm saying. That's my mood at the moment, and like going forward is happy thoughts, healing thoughts, and hopefully this is just like, yeah, gets rid of all the gunk, and she got rid of all the infected tissue, and so I'm hoping that this is just like the beginning of the end, you know, which would be wonderful. I would absolutely love that. Um, and that's all I can hope for. So, and pray for that that's what happens. So, I won't, I was hoping that because, they took all the infectious tissue out that I could just hop on out of here. But she's like, we want to make sure they took cultures of the, hold on. They took cultures of the wound. And she said they took quite a bit. So MRSA was still growing, but they want to make sure nothing else is so that they send me home on the right antibiotics. So as soon as they get those cultures back, I can go home. I was like, so are you thinking like a day or two? She's like, 2, 3, maybe. So that was kind of bumming me out a little bit because y'all know I hate being here, and being that it's the 10th time is hard. I don't like being here at all. And my roommate, I'm not upset at him. I'm not mad at him. I'm not even frustrated at him. I'm sad for him. I believe he has brain cancer. And he hallucinates and has no idea what's going on. So he screams and screams and screams for his mom and his dad, and for the cops to be called, and that there's shooters in the hospital. There's people that are stealing his money, and at one point there was little blue men in his pockets, which that's so mean to say. But that was kind of funny. Because he knew he was hallucinating that time, but he was like, they won't get out of my pockets. Oh my gosh. But like I guess he was holding like a pillow, and he thought someone was like trying to take bags of money from him. And then there was a woman laying with him, assaulting him, that he couldn't get off. And like, it's really sad. And you can't blame him. It's not even like a mental illness. It is a brain damage, So it's really sad. But he kept me up a lot last night because he screams more at night than during the day, which can happen. But yeah, his blood curdling screams for his mom and his dad are sad. And he's not like a child or anything. Like, he's a full grown man and everything, but it still just makes me sad. So anyway, hi Linda and Tia. Glad you guys could hop on real quick. But they keep coming in and like being like, I'm so sorry, we're so sorry. It's like, it's all right. Don't, like, they're so apologetic, which is good that they're, being apologetic about it, but it's not their fault either, like, he attacked one of the female nurses. I'm like, why do you even have a female nurse in there? Put my nurse in there, because he's like a big man. Like, I mean, he's a tall guy, and he's the one that, he was in here when it happened, and he ran in there and like, saved her from him. And he's like, don't be quiet about it. You need help, you yell. And then they switched him finally today. I'm like, why didn't they do that in the beginning? Why don't you put him in there? Like, that's what I was thinking all day. And I said that to my assistant, the assistant nurse. And I have an assistant here. No, I'm just kidding. I have an assistant nurse, and she came in. I'm like, why don't they? And they're like, they did. They finally switched him over, which was good. So anyway, hey Robert, and hey Crafty Tabby Cat. Sorry to see that you're in this hospital again. As you cheer me up with your positive mood. Well, I'm glad I can do that for you. I'm really not in bad moods or anything. I've just been, like, today has been, I've just been tired. so tired from not sleeping last night, from the surgery, all of that. It just takes it out of you. And that's why, like, I mean, I felt bad because, like, Jenny called me last night and I was like, I'll call you back in a little bit. And I never did. I was like, I'm so sorry, I fell asleep. And then I messaged her. Anyways, like I said, the people that I've been talking to, that I normally talk to on a regular basis, multiple times a day, I haven't even got back to them. So don't take it personally, that I haven't got back to you. It's just the way it is. I'm going to try to get on the computer tomorrow morning to do a little bit of work because the packages that were supposed to go out Monday morning weren't sealed, and like they weren't, like, the last thing on them wasn't done, and so they didn't get sent out, unfortunately. As soon as I get home they will, but because I don't have to do much to them. But anyway, I always feel bad. I know you guys are always like, don't worry about your packages, but I do. So, thank you, Shelly. I appreciate it. Sending over the man in the bag with a jug of peach juice. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. I've got a couple man in the bags right now. They're at home in my drawer, waiting for me to get there. I don't like to use them, but they're there for good wishes, They're just huge. They literally go over my head. I'm like, how can anybody be this big? And then one of my nurses' husbands got really sick and had to have a PICC line, and she said they fit him. I'm like, they actually fit some, like, people, like, and because she was laughing that it fit him because I showed her, like, I put it on and it went over my head. That's how tall it was. But I've watched the Titanic, like the end of the Titanic last night, and then it was on again today, and so I was like, oh, I'll just watch the beginning, which is stupid because I watched half the end yesterday, the beginning today, whatever. Anyways, I always say if I do something like that, I'm like, I'm not gonna watch the whole movie though, and here I am, like, at the very end of the movie. Hanging up as a Christmas stocking for Santa. Here you go. Now, how about Mrs. Claus? I think Mrs. Claus might like that gift a little more than Santa will. Just that's just what I was thinking, what I'm thinking, anyways. But does anybody else think it's funny that, not funny, like, I mean, it's sad, but it's just, like, ironically funny. At the end of Titanic, when she kisses his hand and lets him go into the water, that's when she says, I'll never let go, Jack. It's not like when she's talking to him, and stuff, like, when, like, right before she, takes his hand off. When he's like, and she's talking to him, she could have been like, I promise I'll never let go, Jack. And then, like, no. It's like, I'll never let go. Clunk. See ya. I don't know why I find that humorous, but anyway. And you would think that so many more people like her would have died of hypothermia, which I know it's not a true story. I'm not stupid, but, obviously something like that could have happened to someone. I mean, you would think anyways that something like that could have happened to someone. Hi.
Just checking out your wound vac situation.
It looks really good, actually. Look at that. They did a good job.
They did. We'll change it tomorrow.
Yes. And it's not too much. It's not.
Not that much.
Yeah. I was happily surprised because normally it's worse.
Draining a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it looks good, feels good. So
good. I'm glad, Elizabeth. Maybe this will do it, huh?
Hopefully. I mean, I love you, but I hope I don't see you again.
Exactly.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
That was my wound. One of the wound nurses that I've gotten to know fairly well. Which they're really sweet, but she'll have to come change the wound vac tomorrow. So, but anyways, so I feel like it says undercover patient to give nurses their ratings for their annual raises. Next time you send in a survey. I am gonna send in they have these things, they're called like Daisy Awards, And their little daisy pins on their name tags, they're super cute. And I asked somebody at one point what they were, and they told me. And like my nurse, the first night I was here, she was amazing. She was absolutely amazing. Like she was one of those nurses that like went above and beyond. And then one of my nurse's assistants, I don't know if they can get them, but I'm gonna try for her too, right now, because she's amazing, and she's the one dealing with the guy next door too. And at one point, she came in, she's like, "Woo!" He's like, "That man's gonna drop in a drink." I'm like, "Yeah, you need to go home and get whatever you like to drink, and just drink it till you don't remember anymore, and then just have a good night." Because man, are they going through it with him. So, but yeah, I could give you some reviews on some nurses. Most of them are good though. I mean, they really, most of them really are. They all love me because I don't need, I mean, I'm very independent here. I don't ask for much. So, to me, to them, I'm an easy patient. Brandy. Hello, Brandy. Sorry, I haven't got back to you either. I know I'm naughty, naughty, naughty. Leaving, but I want you to know I'm praying. Thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate that. I appreciate it very much. And here we have welcoming for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Giggles. Yay! If I could do like an effect right now of like, rice, or what do they do now? Bubbles. Bubbles, yeah. I would do it. You two deserve it. Just kidding. I love you guys so much. Diamond Queen, hello. Because I've been kind of, not that I've been in a bad mood at all. I've just been like tired and just kind of been like, well, You guys just cheer me up. They're so much fun. So hopefully, like tonight, I'll change out of these things. It's one of the things I hate. I know that's stupid, but like one of the things I hate most about being in the hospital is wearing gowns. Like I hate their gowns. They're so uncomfortable. At least they could do is make them more comfortable. I mean, for crying out loud. But I had my gown or my clothes. They told me I could wear my clothes. It was no big deal. But then I had surgery, so they obviously made me change. And they took my heart monitor off today. They're like, "Yeah, you've been here enough. We've monitored your heart more than enough. I think you're okay." I'm like, "Yeah, if it hurts, I'll tell you." So now that they took that off, I want to put my tank top and clothes back on, because it's just, yeah. I packed for it because I know they usually do let me if I don't need to have any special equipment, which my shorts are the ones I've been wearing all summer with the wound vac, so they work perfectly fine with it. So not that y'all care or need to know about what I'm wearing, but I'm just blabbing on. Yeah, Diamond Queen. So I'm not gonna go over it all again. You can watch it on the replay, but basically, sepsis, possible food poisoning, worse sepsis, and surgery. So that's the lowdown of it, or the rundown of it. I'm back in the hospital again too. Caitlin. Well, we can be patient buddies. UTI got midline in for antibiotics. Hope you feel better soon. Sending love, prayers, and healing thoughts. So, because you got the midline, I'm hoping they didn't put you on Vanco with a midline, because that would be bad. They should put a big line in if you got Vanco. Just saying. Because Vanco is not kind to your veins, and it's also not kind to IVs or midlines. But I'm glad they put something in that you can get antibiotics. That means you can go home, hopefully soon, and be able to, get your antibiotics at home and still get better. So, Robert, I came in on Sunday, right after, it was Sunday afternoon, it was 2:30, 3 o'clock, something like that. I got shingles, so I'm not feeling 100%. I'm sorry. That's not fun. Shingles are painful. I know when my mom got them. Whoo. My mom is one tough cookie. Like she can handle it. You know what I mean? She can handle pain usually pretty well. But like she broke her arm and didn't even go to the doctor until it was like 2 weeks later. And she's like, it still hurts. And I'm like, maybe you should go to the doctor. And she did, and it was broken. I'm like, anyways, but she had shingles and it really knocked it out of her. So that was my son. If you heard that bling, sorry I didn't have it on Do Not Disturb. He messaged me saying thank you for being willing to give him the computer and switching out for the old dinosaur, you guys. I'm not kidding you, this thing. This is my mom's old computer. But apparently it works for the internet, so I can get on Etsy and try to message people back if I can. And I can watch Netflix or Amazon videos because I just don't watch a lot of TV. I watch more like movies, so it's nice to have that. So, anyway, so I had brought my computer, and my son, he was so nice this time, you guys, like, so grown up and mature about it. He offered the Switch. He was like, you can take it. And he's like, I know how much you get bored there and how you don't like it. And so he gave me the Switch so that I could play Animal Crossing because they got me playing again with the new update. They were like, please play, please play. And so I agreed to play again. So I've been playing and then, I was like, dang it. And so I was going to have him do some of the daily stuff. But he's like, here, you can take it. And if you fill up for it, you can do the daily stuff for me. But it was just really sweet because he's not always he's been this way his whole life. Maddie's the one that thinks about everybody else. He's the one that kind of thinks about himself more. But he's growing up and maturing, and it's very evident in the way he's reacting and behaving, especially to this time when he knew I was taking the computer and the Switch, and usually he gets a little irritated about that, but he said something like, this sucks, and I was like, I'm sorry, honey. I said, you have your school computer, you'll be all right. And he was like, no, I don't care about that. He's like, I just sucks that you have to go back and that you have to go through this again. So that was really sweet. Almost made me cry because he's not typically that like emotionally, he's just not always the way he runs with things. But took the afternoon off. I got 12 inches cut off of my head. That is hair surgery. Holy crap, 12 inches. That's a lot, girl. That is a lot of hair. So, like, is it, like, to your chin now? Because that's 12 inches. Whew. That's a lot. Were you able to donate it? Mary, I agree. Okay, Tia, I'm behind. So you said, did you really, honey buddy? I don't know what I really did. But if I said it, I did it. Oh, that's not to me. Hold on, sorry. I'm just reading some of this. I'm on my 3rd antibiotic. I'm so sorry. I know how that is. And unfortunately, when you're on them enough, your body does become immune to them. Okay, hold on. Oh, do you really? Okay, it wasn't me. You were talking to Jen. You were talking to Jen. I got it now. I think. Because I read now, she read, wow, that's drastic. I cannot wait to see it. So, yes, you were talking to Jen. So, Brandy, I messaged you, didn't I? I told you I came out of surgery. I thought I did. I hope I did. I'm so sorry if I didn't. Sorry, I'm just reading the Sparkle Chase. Hello. Thank you. He cut his thumb to the bone and got stitches. Oh yeah, her hubby had to make their eventful weekend more eventful, which I'm sure Hopefully I didn't just say something I wasn't supposed to, but I'm sure you said something about what happened on your live yesterday. I was in surgery. Actually, I wasn't quite in surgery. I was so mad that the transportation boys said, "Don't take your phone. You won't need it." And then I'm down there waiting from 3 to 5:30. Yeah. The nurses are like, "You could have brought your phone down." I'm like, "Yeah, they told me I shouldn't." Irritated. Cuz then it was just like me in my head. Nobody with me. Like, I hate that before surgery. My computer kept crashing and I was getting really frustrated, so I called at the place and said, "Hey, I'm coming in. Can I get the scissors? Can you get the scissors ready?" I love that. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. You did message me. I'm just happy to see you. Okay, good. I was like, I swear I did message you. Because I thought you messaged me back and I didn't message you back that time, so. Um, to be when we get in. Yes, we do, right? We do like to be spoiled when we're sick or injured. My husband needs a little lesson in that one. Because I was so irritated on Sunday. I was like, "Will you rub my back?" Because it was like really hurting, and I don't know if it was my kidneys or my muscles from throwing up. And he's like, "That's what he did." And I was like, "Never mind," like, because I didn't. I was like, "No, you're not. Not if you're mad." Because then I can like, how sometimes you can just feel energy from people, and he does that. Like he just puts out energy really bad sometimes, and so I'm like, never mind. He's like, "Well, my back hurts all the time," and I'm like, "Yeah, and I've told you before. If you ask me, I'll rub your back." Like any. And he's like, "Do you really think it's gonna make that big a difference?" And I'm like, "It would while you're doing it. At least it would give me a little relief while you were doing it." And normally I don't say much because it's just not worth it. But I was just like, "Yeah, thank you," and I just walked out and closed the door. I was mad. Yeah. I don't get mad very easily, but that irritated me. I'm like, "Here your wife is, septic, fever, been throwing up, and the other thing all night long, and yet you ask her to rub your back, and you're like, mm, such a chore." Hmm. Good thing he doesn't watch my lives. Watch, this is like the one time he does. Danny was so paranoid to drive. In that case, I love you, honey. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can almost guarantee he's not. Danny was so paranoid to drive his car to school today in case the guy saw him and came after him again, so he drove away in his truck. Yeah, I can see that being scary. However, I'm sure you told him this too. Like, chances that that dude would be stupid enough to come after him um, are very slim. Because if he does, then he knows he's caught. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously he has anger management issues, but usually people like that, it's like the in the moment anger type thing rather than like long term. I want to go and kill that kid still from cutting me off last Friday, or whatever. Probably no, but I could totally understand why Danny would be paranoid still. Like I would be paranoid too. I would be probably the like slowest driver that, well, not slowest, but like, you know what I mean? Like I'd be like looking everywhere before I turned or like went in front of somebody because I just, that's a scary, scary thing to have happen to you. So, especially at a young age, because I mean, it would be scary at any age, to be real. Like, I mean, come on. Anybody have that happen to them and not be afraid to drive? Um, at least for a week or so. I mean, come on, it hasn't even been a week. Then that would be odd. I would find it odd if he was just like, going to school, mom, see you later. That'd be weird. I would be wanting to be like, I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive myself anywhere for a long time. And if I did, those first few times would be scary. But at least now, Brandy, you know that he's going to be like the world's safest teen driver ever. Yeah. And it's easy because we do, especially when it happens to our kids. We like want them to be caught and punished. And sometimes we have to to just try to move on from it because, unfortunately, like the longer you go out, the longer there is no chance to. One second. There's no chance to uh you know what I'm saying? Like it's harder and harder the time goes on. So, anyways, but I have been on long enough. They need to do something. I don't know. I think she's taking a stamp. I don't know something. So my nurse came in. And I was like, just a second. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but we'll see. Pray for me. Looked like she had like a swabby thing. She can't do that to my wound right now because of the wound vac on there. So pray it's not like an up the nose type thing. I already had a COVID thing that came back negative, so I don't know what they have. Hopefully nothing scary. Let's see. Connection sees black truck behind him. I hope it gets better. Yeah. At least in Spokane, there's not very many black trucks here that I've noticed before. But I don't know there, so. Sucks that it wasn't the one kid that, that they thought it was. Sorry, I didn't mean to be covering the camera. I was reading the comments and my big thumb got in the way. But, it's too bad. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that, but in a way, it's too bad it wasn't who they thought it was so that they could get that dude off the streets and charged, which I still think it should be like some kind of like a attempt at manslaughter or something, or second degree. I don't know. Like when you choke someone, that's not just child abuse. That's more than that to me. But I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. Anyways. All right, darlings. Well, I'm going to go. Sorry about coughing you guys' ear off in the beginning. Didn't mean to. Just, after you've been, after you have surgery and you're like intubated, it's just like you get crap in your lungs that you have to cough out. And you don't always know when they are, when they're going to do that. So, anyway. Thank you guys all for coming and making my day a little bit brighter. I will keep you guys updated. And, yeah. Love you all. Don't forget, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and you are definitely, definitely loved more than you know. So with that, keep on. Where's my hand at? Where's my hand? Shining. Bye, guys.